Hi, this is Shirish Kulkarni, a founder and CEO of Strot Consultech, a business consulting company into uh, basically focusing on small and medium businesses to grow. And in this series called as Hatke, we're talking to various business owners, various personalities, individuals who have done different types of professions or looked at professions in a different way, or they have chosen some professions by choice, which are actually something differently from their point of view, from our point of view. So we have today Dr. Shraddha Kulkarni,
Yes.
and so welcome Shraddha ji onto this platform.
Thank you so much. I'm honored to be a part of this Hatke program.
Wonderful. And she is bringing experience in two diverse spaces, I would call it education, which is something like a worship that we are looking at, for, where teacher is a God kind of a thing. And other space that she's been successful is fashion, and where person has to go on stage, and there is a good amount of show aspect of that. So my first question, Shraddhaji, is
Yes.
in your mind,
Mhm.
how do you see these two spaces as challenge for you, or how do you look at that?
Okay, so if I have to put it together right now, I don't see it as a challenge. I feel that I get a lot of grace and respect because I'm a part of this field, and whoever students, ex-students, alumni, everybody, whoever comes across and says that we are an inspiration. So this is the lookout that I have right now. But if you talk about way back when I've started with this journey of fashion industry, because I was serving in the education industry for a long time, almost for 7-8 years, and later then I've started getting into the fashion industry with the winning of a beauty pageant Mrs. India. So in 2018 I have been the winner of Mrs. India pageant, and that's how my journey towards this fashion industry has been started. That time, of course, it was a challenge because there were a lot many questions in my head. Not only me, but even my family and the people around me, they were like, amused that a teacher, being a teacher, how do you want to get into a venture which is exactly opposite or contradict to what you're doing right now? So yes, of course, it was a challenge, and especially to get a support from the society and to get accepted in the society for this particular image, that was a struggle that I have definitely had.
But I think I must congratulate you for being a brand ambassador for Zoroski and Vogue
Thank you
India.
so
I
much.
think that is a remarkable achievement, and I think it's something that people should follow. I think that's great.
Thank you so much.
Moving
Because
on.
actually,
Yeah, go
yeah,
ahead.
I would like to just add few things here because generally it says that pandemic, and then people were like worried and depressed and what to do now. And of course, it is a situation wherein it's a critical situation and we have to be worried about everything. But just sitting at home and not doing anything, and just being worried about what is going to happen is not going to any which ways change the situation for us, right? So in between that period, then I thought that why not sitting at home, let's do something different. So these two competitions were there, and I approached both of these competitions, and between the pandemic I have been participating in this space of Swarovski, which is again a fashion TV initiative as well.
Hmm.
And this second is Vogue India, their face this cover page contest. So these two contests were actually happened in the pandemic, so that could
Oh,
be positive side of getting time for yourself.
wonderful. I think so. From your point of view, it is like a boon or an opportunity, right?
Yes, a blessing in disguise.
Wonderful. I think this will be one of the examples where, what is the best way of utilization of time that we are disposed with, right?
Right. Mhm.
Okay. So,
Thank you.
focusing a little bit on the your, teaching or profession of education.
Mhm.
So how, so your specialization is into HR,
Yes.
right? So how does that help you to, strengthen yourself, to bring
Okay.
that out, whatever you could bring that out from your
Right.
side. So how
Right.
does it help?
Yeah. So especially it was very well deserved and well discussed and well deliberated choice that I want to go for HR, because generally even my students, when I ask them why do you want to do HR, they say we are not very good in maths and we are scared of finance. and we don't want to go into the field and do not want to do marketing, and that is the reason why we want to choose HR. So I always tell my students also that it has to be a choice when you want to come into HR field, because it's an extremely important aspect of any of the organizations. You believe it or you don't believe it, that's a different story altogether. There's a debate whether HR is important or not, but yes, for me HR is an extremely important field, because it's not about what do you do and what kind of functions do you have, but it's all about people management. And whichever technology comes in, we have new things coming up, but then that there is one common factor that is always going to remain is human. So we do have an important aspect. We can make difference in people's life, positive, negative, whatever it is. But yes, HR is an important field, and for me it's not only HR but organizational behavior. That's a very
Okay.
close to my heart kind of a subject. So in the world of technology, I would say that I'm still a person who still believe in that behavioral aspect, and I believe that human aspect or being a human being is an extremely important thing.
Wonderful.
And being in HR field, you can understand what kind of problems that people face, and what are the challenges that are there, and how, without disturbing the organizational flow, how can you actually come up with the creative solutions to those problems. So that's how I look at the HR field.
Great, great. Any organization, as we look at organization behavior for that matter. So, in your view, what are the characteristics, if at all we are seeing a pandemic state where nothing is moving, we are having businesses stand still, slowly it
Right.
is recovering, right?
Yep.
So, what are the strength points from your point of view for an organization to be that rock solid?
Yes, the organization, according to me, has to be agile, number one. That's extremely important, because if you keep on thinking that do we have to really get into the technology, or do we really have to change the platforms, or do we actually believe in work from home kind of a culture, or we should go for it or not, or may people will take a disadvantage of sitting at home and not doing the work. If you have that kind of a thinking process, then you are actually going to be stagnant. You will not be able to move forward. So the organization has to be flexible for sure. And second is acceptance. That's extremely important. So if you accept that, okay, this is the situation, because the situation has already changed. The business scenario is already changed. There is a recession, there is a financial crisis, everything is already there. So you cannot, if you close your eyes, that doesn't mean that it's not going to be there, right? So in that case, if you have the acceptance, okay, this is the situation, and now I do not want to stop here. I have to find out a certain way, and I have to move forward. So these two things I feel is important for an organization to
Right, right.
sustain in this situation.
Absolutely, absolutely. See, typically, whenever we see a choice of a career path in the organization, whenever there is aspect of doing something different than the standard, sense of openness comes
True.
as a very important
Absolutely.
dimension. So both sides, if I ask this question on the organization side, what are the things which should be kind of flexible plus open
Right.
for decision making, authority, delegation,
Right.
right? Which are important for making that organization more rock solid.
Right. So of course it is important for the organization. So as I said, it has to be flexible enough right now. It has to be accepting the technological changes which are coming up, and it has to be very fast. As in, you cannot just keep on thinking about what kind of technology, how do we implement, when do we start training. You don't have that much of time left with you right now. So whatever action that you want to change, you have to do it overnight. You have to make a decision and then start implementing. You may face some challenges later, but then that can be over the time you find out a solution to those challenges. But you really have to act fast. And then this could be an opportunity as well, because as we can see that these Chinese products, we are actually banning those products. So it is an opportunity for the Indian industry or Indian entrepreneurs to come forward with some products which are acceptable or which are popular in Chinese brands, so that can be replaced by Indian brands. For example, TikTok. If an Indian entrepreneur comes up with something like this, I'm sure he's going to make a lot of money out of it, isn't it?
I
So
think
that's how the organization should handle this.
I think message is clear that if we see an opportunity to build something new out of the current compulsions,
Right.
why not to go for it and make
Absolutely.
sure that you use that opportunity. Now, talking about challenges, I
Mhm.
believe I see that your personality and whole journey is full of challenges, and you love
Yes.
challenges, right? So,
Yes.
how do you look challenges as an aspect, as a perspective?
Okay, so I have just used a word called disguise in blessings in disguise, right? So challenges are actually, kind of an opportunity that comes our way. There are two look out to it. One is that you have a challenge and surrender to that, and then you say that okay, this is my situation, I can't handle it anymore. So that kind of an outer locus of control, or you can say that okay, this is a challenge, now I am into this situation, now how do I actually come out as a winner or maybe stronger. So here if the time allows, I would like to give a personal example.
Mm-hmm.
All right, my late father, I would not like to call him late because right now
He's
also
still
I
there.
feel that he's just sitting beside me and his energy
Absolutely.
is always felt. So
Mhm.
I still feel that he's just around me, and
So,
right now he's completely focusing on me. All right. So that's a part. When I lost him in 2014, I was at the verge of completion of my PhD, and then for next 6 months after losing him, that was a sudden cardiac arrest, and we were
mhm.
not even prepared for it because it was sudden. Like we spoke to him in the morning at 9:30, and 5:30 we got to know about this.
Right.
So it was seriously a kind of a situation which we never thought we have to handle.
Mhm.
I have to handle, and because of that I completely went into a depression mode. And then I decided not to pursue my PhD anymore, and I was about to submit my thesis. And then I said okay, let's not do it, because I any which was wanted to do it for my dad. It was his dream, and now if he's not around, there's no point doing it. Okay. So for 4, 5, 6 months I was into that situation, but then I do a lot of self talking, right? That
Mhm.
helps me a lot. So one day when I was doing a self talking, I realized that this is not something that definitely my dad would like me to do.
क्या
And
बात
then
है?
he has been a role model all his life. He has
Mhm.
been set an example all his life. He
Mhm.
has struggled a lot. He has said, he has done so many different things out of adversities. So I thought that this is an opportunity for me. I
क्या बात
should not think that he's not around. I should always remember that he wanted me to pursue this, and whether he's there or not there, whether I can see him or not can't see him, I should actually follow this dream for him. And then suddenly within 3 months, I have completed my thesis and I have submitted the thesis. And within a year, then I have awarded with PhD. So,
Wonderful.
this is how I look at the challenges. Of course, when you face a challenge, it's not that suddenly you're going to get motivated and say, okay, this is an opportunity. That never happens. Of course, you take your own time. You actually, calm down. You understand what is the situation. You go into a frustration mode, tension mode, distress mode for a while. But then, of course, the most important is how soon can you come out of it, bounce
Right.
back to normal, and how do you handle it?
Wonderful. I think, see, to my understanding, if at all a father has a wish and somebody, a daughter, for that, daughters are very dear and dear to the father. So,
Absolutely.
so if
Absolutely.
you are able to fulfill that dream, I think it's like the best thing that should happen
Yeah.
to see him smiling, right?
I'm sure.
That's great. I think, and the feeling that the person is around is immense. It's important and it is heavenly. I think
Right.
that's great.
That's true. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think we need to have those kind of inspirations and motivations around
Right.
us. So, do you have any other kind of a professional person as a role model for looking up to
Yes,
and
yes.
follow?
I do have a role model. Steve Jobs. Everybody knows him. I do not have to, talk much about what
Mhm.
he is or who he is.
Right.
He's my role model, of course. And the reason for being, choosing him as a role model, because there are, of course, other people also of the great stature, and they have done different things, and they have done fabulous things in their lives. But Steve Jobs actually somehow I resemble or have a resonance of doing things differently, or
Mhm.
trying to do something extra in their life, or not settling down on anything. So I always keep on saying that I know my worth and I don't want to settle for less. So
Wow.
similar kind of personality or reflection I could see in Steve Jobs. So he's too great, of course. But then yes, I want to follow him, and that is how I look at his kind of doing things.
Wonderful. So, looking at the kind of things achieved, PhD, what was the sense in your mind, feeling in your mind when, you become Dr. Shraddha instead of, only Shraddha?
A complete sense of fulfillment. It took me a little more time to understand what exactly has happened, what has
Mhm.
changed in my life. But yes, when I realized that, yes, now I'm a doctorate, it's actually a sense of fulfillment for me,
Mhm.
because I really have worked very hard for my PhD. And in my university, also, I am one of the youngest PhD holders.
Mhm.
And then my project report, the thesis that I have submitted, it is actually used as a kind of model thesis right now.
Wow.
So I really have worked hard, and then I have got in touch with the people who I have done interviews and questionnaires and all. I have collected their testimonials as well. Later, once I'm done with PhD, later also I got in touch with them. I shared my suggestions and recommendations with them, and I actually given a follow up for a long time to see whether at least one of those recommendations is accepted by those companies and all. So that
Wonderful.
was a wonderful feeling for me.
Great, great. I think I would personally like to see that thesis because it looks like
Definitely.
something really
My pleasure.
interesting
Sure.
stuff. Now, how do you look up? What do you want to be moving forward? What is that a mission that I see a mission that you are going on, right?
Right,
So
right.
there's something in your mind that you want to achieve. Great.
Yes, the next step that I want to achieve is I want to become a life coach. So I'm going through a training program as well, because I think that this is a phase which I have been through. I have struggled a lot. I
Mm-hmm.
have faced many challenges. I have tried myself in a versatile fields as well, and I keep on doing something new. So people generally say that the jack master of none and jack of all or something like that. But
Mm-hmm.
I feel that it's a need of time right now. If you are multitasking, you can do so many things, and that we've just realized in the pandemic as well. Because I'm a good cook, I could cook very good food for my family, and everybody was happy sitting at home. They were not frustrated that they have to eat something which is not tasty or something. So yes, so I have tried a lot of things, and now do I have an experience with me. And if at all I can help somebody to transform themselves, and they get some kind of a motivation or inspiration from me, and if they feel that okay, if you could do it, an average person like you could do it, why can't we? So that kind of giving attitude that I have right now, so
Super,
that's what
super.
I want to achieve.
I think there is a sense of giving back also that I'm
Absolutely.
getting reflected.
Absolutely.
So do you want
Absolutely.
to be part of any kind of a social initiative that will, where people are looking up to you and that is something that you are giving back? Is that something in your mind? Hello? Yeah,
Sorry,
we are
yeah.
okay. So yeah, I'll repeat the question. I'll
Sure,
repeat the
please.
question. Yeah. So moving forward, do you see to yourself getting engaged into any kind of a social activity where there is an opportunity of giving back either in thoughts or kind?
Yes.
Because
Yes.
leaders are definitely looked up to.
Sure,
So,
definitely. Generally, social activities or social initiatives is something that I would not like to talk about in the open forum.
mhm.
But yes, I am already a social activist. I am connected with lot of NGOs right now, and we're working together. So I'm not only helping them by donating some money or something, but otherwise also I try and go spend a lot of time with people who
Super.
are there with those orphanage houses, and I try and teach people who are in need of teaching. So I'm already doing all these initiatives,
Right.
just that time doesn't allow us many a times to do it more and more. So
True.
I limit it to a certain level. But yes, I am right now also I am connected to 7 8 NGOs. But as my dad says that if you are talking about your social initiatives to everybody, that means you're not doing it for anybody else, you're doing it for yourself, to make yourself
Right.
feel good or to make yourself privileged. So that is the reason why I don't talk about it generally.
Yeah.
But yes, I'm already doing that, I'm already into
Wonderful.
that.
Wonderful.
giving kind of something.
Talking about this space of fashion,
Yeah,
it's not something which is very conventional field. And I
right.
take example of many people who are might be struggling, might not be having knowledge. So, any
Yeah.
kind of guidance you want to give of a person to walk the path? Do you have some
Yes.
kind of suggestions,
Yeah.
guidance for them?
Sure. So, for those people who think that, there is any kind of a limit to yourself, or you want to get into that ceiling effects or stereotypes, then you will never be able to reach any certain level in any of the industry. So you first of all have to have that mindset for yourself. You have to have an attitude for doing that particular thing. You should be passionate about doing something that you really want to do,
Hmm.
and don't think about the other people. If you are comfortable, if you wear a certain kind of a outfit, and if you are comfortable in that, I'm sure if you look around, everybody, you'll see that appraising you in that outfit. But if at all you yourself is not very comfortable in that outfit and you have a self doubt, and if you look around, you'll see that every person is looking at you with a doubt and actually trying to mock you. So that kind of an attitude is always there. So whoever wants to get into this industry, first of all, think through, understand exactly, because there are also different levels in this industry as well. Which level do you want to go to? Okay, so you have to first of all do a proper analysis of yourself, your
Hmm.
choices, and then you have to move forward. And once you get into that, then you have to have a self confidence that yes, I can do it for sure. So that determination also has to be there.
Wonderful. I think a self analysis and a conviction uh,
Yes,
deep within yourself.
absolutely.
Once you are sure, I think everything will roll the way that
Fall in place. Yes.
you actually exercise it in a mind first, and
Yes.
eventually that becomes a reality.
Right.
Superb. For keeping you motivated, do you have any kind of special things that you do, either yoga, maybe spiritual dimension, maybe some initiatives that keeps you so
Yes.
much bubbling and full of
Yeah.
positive energy?
Yes. So one is that I'm a voracious reader. I keep on reading. So I read wonderful books, and that keeps me motivated. One. Second is yoga, of course. That gives you an energy in the morning that you can sustain throughout the day with full of energy, and you can do whatever you want to do. So yoga is of course important, and more than that, I do meditation as well. Whenever I feel low, and as I said, I do also do self talking. I do a lot of self talking. So whenever I'm in doubt, whenever I'm in distress or something, I talk
Hmm.
to myself. I try and find out the reasons why it has happened, how it is going to impact my life maybe 3 years down the line or 4 years down the line. Am I going to still thinking about this particular thing? Is it that important for me? Am I losing any close ones in this process, or family person, or what is it like? So I get my answers automatically. Okay, this is not something extremely important, or you have your family, you have so many blessings with you right now. So why do you want to focus only on such a trivial problem that is there in your
Hmm.
life? So these kind of things actually help me out. So reading, yoga, meditation, and self talk.
Wonderful. I think self-talk is where if there is nobody there, there is somebody who is you only, right? You talk to yourself.
Yes. Yes.
So self-talk, and I believe the next step is self-suggestion.
True.
Whatever is
Absolutely.
that you want
What
to
exactly
try,
you should do? Yes. Right.
you authenticate yourself to be doing that and
Yes.
take a
True.
step because the confidence has to come from within. People can
True.
talk to you,
Absolutely. That's
can
important.
guide you, but unless you have that conviction, as I said, I think
Right.
that's the key to success.
True.
Good,
Absolutely.
good. In fashion industry, what are the do's and
Mhm.
don'ts that you see? People don't know about it.
Right, right, of course. So fashion industry, it's actually an industry, wherein once you get into it, people try and take a lot of advantages of you. So, and then there are, money hedges also. You people will try and get money from you, telling you that, okay, I'm going to feature you and this kind of a show, and, send you photographs, and you're so beautiful and things like that. So you have to actually, when you're getting into something, you have to choose that platform very, very carefully.
Hmm.
That's extremely important. You have to see the authenticity of a particular PR agency or modeling agency or any magazine that you are doing a contract with. So that's extremely important, because there are people who are actually trying to make money, or maybe using your photographs for some unrespectful reasons as well. So you have to be extremely careful. If you do not know the person, if you do not know their background, if their website and all the things are not clear, if they do not have a proper legal contract, then you should not go for such things. So that is the not do for fashion industry.
Okay. Something, going back in past, is there something, some word, some sentence, or some dialogue by somebody from somewhere that you remember and that clicks and keeps you going? Is there something of that sort?
Yes, so there's a dialogue. I exactly don't remember whom do I follow it from, but yes, I have picked it up from somebody, and then I always follow it. Is look good, feel good, and do your best.
Wow. So that's really nice. Wonderful. So, people are looking up. There are some dull moments in life. So, do you have some message for individuals who kind of go through a lull, not so, feeling positive? So, do you have any message for that?
Yes, yes. So the message that I want to give them is, an acknowledgement, because the most important step towards whatever mental condition that you have, state of being that you have, or maybe, emotions that you have, acknowledge it, accept, many a times what happens, people go through the depression, but they do not accept it because it is not something which is, easily acceptable in the society. People say that you always have to look good, you have to feel happy, positive, but that's not possible, right? Sometimes, of course, you have a high, you have a low. So that's a kind of a situation that everybody goes through. If somebody says that I haven't faced any challenge in my life, that means, you're not saying something true, right? So when you are going through a low phase, or when you're feeling something inadequate in yourself, you should first of all acknowledge it, accept it, right? You should say that, okay, this is my emotional state right now. I'm not very happy, I'm very depressed, or whatever, I'm in anger. Once you start accepting it and acknowledging it, then the second step is appreciating it. Okay, so you can appreciation in the sense, you have to reflect on it, you have to keep on thinking, interpret it, ki, okay, this is an action. Because what happens whenever you get into any low kind of a zone, it's actually an outcome of your choices, your decisions, right? And then if you have made a certain decisions at that point in time, it's not that nobody makes a decision to get into a failure, isn't it? Everybody wants to get ahead or get successful, move ahead, something like that. So when you have made a choice or a decision at that time, there must be some reason for it. Now it did not work for you after a certain point in time, it's a different story altogether, right? So you have to accept and you have to appreciate that, okay, I'm into a situation because this is what I have decided for myself, this is what has happened, this was the external environment which has made a difference. And this is, so again, that analyzation is there. So you have to do a self analysis here. You have to find out what are the good things that has happened in this particular phase, what are the bad things you have to avoid, and then you have to act upon. The next step is act upon. So you have to change your situation, because nobody, people can just come and sympathize with you saying that, yeah, very bad, yeah, it, so bad it happened to you. But nobody's actually going to come and change your situation for you, right? It's only you who have to help yourself. And that's the reason why you have to, come out of that situation, and you have to decide that, okay, this is a situation that I have, but now I'm going to come out of it, and I'm going to come out as a winner. So if you already keep on thinking like this, and if you handle situation like this, I'm sure you will be able to come out of these lows as well.
Wonderful. So, for the business owners, is a clear message that introspect, understand, whatever is the situation, no revenue, sales being low, customers not picking up calls is a fact, accept it, acknowledge it, think over it. What are the ways and means that you are able to do things differently with the resources you have, the constraints that you have? Look at it in a positive way, bring the change, act on it.
Yes.
And that's would be the step where you will see a success for you, right?
Exactly. Because this is not something, a situation like this pandemic is not the first time kind of a situation. 100 years back also there was a situation, 10 years back also we were having a recession. But industries and people and companies and businesses have come over it, right? It's not that all the businesses have fall down, or there was a doom or something like that. People come out. So it's just a difference, that small thing, who actually is able to come out of it in a creative manner, and who's not able to deal with it and come out. that is the only difference. Otherwise, of course, such kind of situations keeps on coming.
Right. I think the thing is that we have to take it as a part of cycle. Business
Yes.
has cycles. It goes
Yes.
up and down
Yes,
as a wave,
absolutely.
and move on with that. Right.
Absolutely.
Wonderful. Any last sentence that you want to have as we bring to the closure of what you want to be? Maybe something of that sort. You want to conclude the discussion with?
Okay, so I would like to say that, don't limit yourself. There's nothing right and wrong. There's nothing good and bad. If at all you can do it with gracefully, if you can do it confidently, then everything pays off to you. Okay, so even sky is not the limit. Limit is what I would like to say.
Wonderful. So thank you, Dr. Shraddha. It was great to have you on this platform. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Even I have enjoyed this discussion a lot, and there is a lot of expressions that I have come up with. So again, that will help me in self-analyzing. And I again would say that I'm honored to be a part of this program, and it's a wonderful initiative by you. So keep on doing something like this so that people can come out and share their thoughts and expressions with other people.
Thank you so much. It's a humble effort to reflect back.
Super effort, excellent one.
So thanks, and our best wishes for you for your career and your
Thank you so
professional
much.
and personal dimension. And may God assure whatever are wishes that you had, your father had. I'm sure that he
Thank
is
you so
smiling and
I appreciate that.
is blessing you. Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so much. Have a great day ahead. Thank
Bye.
you.
बिजनेस कोई भी हो, सक्सेस की नींव हम रखते हैं।
बुलंदियों को छूने की आपके अरमानों की उम्मीद जगाती जोत है, हर सपनों का हम स्रोत है।
सही स्ट्रेटेजी, परफेक्ट डिसीजन मेकिंग और बिजनेस ग्रोथ के लिए हम आपके साथ कंधे से कंधा मिलाकर आपकी स्वप्न पूर्ति करते हैं। स्त्रोत कंसल्टेक, सिनर्जाइजिंग ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन।